What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, another everyday carry outfits and setup video for you guys. Just a video where I go through, I explain what I'm carrying with how I'm dressed, right? If I'm going to a pool day, if I'm going to the park with my kids, going to church, whatever the case may be, I like to document what I'm wearing with what setups. Therefore you guys can, see it and do the same thing, right? If you're looking for a specific holster that goes well with a outfit like this for summertime, that's sort of what we're going over, right? And we're actually gonna go over two different firearm setups because one was requested by somebody. I don't really carry that firearm, but I'm gonna show you how I would, and then I'm gonna go over what I'm actually carrying today as well. First off, no socks today because we're outside a lot, pool, that whole sort of thing. Next up are some interesting shorts actually. I'm not 100% sure on the brand of them, but they have a drawstring inside. So they look nice, they look like they're khaki, but on the inside there's a drawstring like gym shorts, right? So you don't even need a belt. But I did use a belt today, and that's gonna be a Groove Life belt. What I like about the Groove Life belts are they're stretchy, as you can see. So it takes shape to your body, but at the same time, it will stretch outward, right? So it's not uncomfortable. There is a downside to it though. It's not as strong as your average gun belt. This belt was made to be a gun belt, but it's 100% not as good. If you're carrying a heavier firearm with a mag carrier, that whole sort of thing, sometimes you'll see that your firearm starts flopping over. But anyways, it just uses a simple, magnet and a lock. That's it. And boom, there you go. And it stretches like you saw. As you can see, it pulls back. You just stretch it, lock it, and it snaps back to shape. So actually a really nice belt for comfortable light carry, right? So smaller firearms, lighter setups, not a whole lot in the pockets. Some of these everyday carry videos that you guys see, they have a knife, they have a screwdriver, they have a bottle opener, they have a fidget spinner, they have 4 wallets and 2 knives. It's like, it doesn't make sense. But on top of that, just my wallet, and we have a Magpul wallet right here. This is the same Magpul you see in every video because what I carry, what I use, if I say I do it, if I say I use it, I actually do it. If you ever saw me in person, this is the wallet I'd be carrying. If you ever saw me in person today, this is how I'd be carrying. 100% no different. You can ask anyone who's actually met me in real life from seeing my YouTube videos. They will tell you I had the exact same firearms that I always talk about. Next up, just a backup mag. This is going to be a 12-round backup mag right here with Underwood Extreme Defenders. I do like these rounds out of shorter barrels, and what's nice about them is they do not rely on hollow point expansion, right? When you shoot a hollow point and it hits that first hard material or it makes impact, it has to flower out, it has to spread, right? Sometimes velocity, clothing, items, backpacks, that whole sort of thing can cause a hollow point not to perform the way it should. Something like this, and also hollow points lose weight, right? They'll drop weight off. Little pieces will fall off as it's going through the tissue or bone, marrow, whatever the case is. It'll actually drop off little pieces of copper or whatever the case may be. So when you use a solid projectile like this, it uses fluid dispersion. As it's spinning and rotating, it does the same thing. It makes a wound channel simply based off that solid projectile pushing everything away as it goes. They have great penetration. They go through all sorts of barriers, glass, car doors, that whole sort of thing, without losing weight, keeping a lot of velocity, and still being very, very good defensive rounds. Anyways, what I'm actually carrying, so we have an FNS 9C. Now, normally I don't carry like this, but the FN has not a heavier trigger, but it has a very defined wall. I like for self-defense having a defined wall, because when you're under stress, when you're under trauma, basically, PTSD, crazy stuff going on, you're all tunneled out and stuff like that, and you have your finger on the trigger because, you had one threat and there's one over there, and you don't know who is and who isn't, and you have your finger on the trigger still or close by it. With some of these light triggers, you can actually accidentally have an accidental discharge, as well as when you go to up or shoot from the holster, having too light of a trigger can let that round go under stress, right? So I like having a defined wall. The trigger on the FNS 9C is an amazing, amazing trigger. It is perfect for self-defense. It's very short, has a very short reset, but like I said, it still has weight to that wall, which I actually like. Interchangeable back straps, I like the bigger one. I like having more filling my palm swell right here. That makes me shoot better. Awesome texturing on it. The one thing I had to get used to with this handgun is that mag release. I've been working on it a lot, training with it. The mag release is a little different. It's more European style, so you have to hit it more over here versus over here. You can swap it out. There are other options out there, but you just got to learn to press it on the angled part and you'll be good to go, right? 12 rounds with that flush mag, still very concealable, still very easy to carry, right? Then from there, what I was carrying in, which I probably shouldn't be, was a sticky holster. I do not like soft holsters, but I do trust that heavy wall, heavier trigger with this. Now, what is a sticky holster? Basically, it has this material on the outside. Right now, obviously, it's soft, but it's a little hard too. I don't think it'll deform and get your trigger guard, but it uses this sticky material, right? So when it's rubbing against stuff, it sticks. So when it's sandwiched right here or wedged right here, it literally goes nowhere. I've done all sorts of carry and never had an issue with any sticky holster. The other nice part about something like a sticky holster is if I want a pocket carry, you can just take it off and put it in. It's also quicker, cheap, stuff like that. I always prefer Kydex, but I do not have a holster yet for this handgun, so that's what the sticky holsters are used for on my side of things. Next up, XS Sight Shirt. They make great merch, and they make some of the best sights. My Glock 26 fiber optic sights from XS are the best, 100%. And right now they're having a sale actually, so if you want to go check out their website, sights are expensive. It's a way to get a discount. Also, a Glock hat. I don't buy it because it's Glock. I buy it because it's actually a great hat, and I have like 4 of them, and they're only like $15. So I like those a lot. When I'm done with them for, personal wear, I'll bring them to work and use them as work hats, and I keep recycling them like that, right? And a hat is a lot more than just looks. People think I just wear a hat for the looks. It's also, temperature regulation, sweat prevention, all sorts of things, right? Now, the firearm setup people wanted to see was that Kimber Mako R7, right? It was one of the most requested firearm reviews on my channel, so we made that happen, right? And I'm going to show you my setup, how I would carry it and that whole sort of thing. I do not carry the Kimber the most, even though it's been 100% reliable. I'm still not 100% dialed in with it. Now, I'm accurate with it, but I'd like to be a little bit better, right? And it did come with a Crimson Trace CT 1500. I swapped it out to the Sealy Cat X Pro. I have like 20 Sealy Cat X Pros, not a single issue. It stays true to zero, an amazing dot, right? And the way this Kimber is set up, it has 3-dot night sights, right? All tritium with an orange outline for the front. It is a perfect height of sight to co-witness, but still have your full window, right? It co-witnesses just in the bottom third, which is typically what you want. So it's actually a really nice setup. And this right here would be 11+1, awesome texturing, that whole sort of thing. Now what I'd be carrying it with is a holster like this, right? And we're actually gonna be using these clips from Ulticlip on our holsters when we release our product, right? This is the Ulticlip XL. What I like about it is, like the other Ulticlips, you can clip the gym shorts, sweatpants, snow pants, bathing suits, literally anything. You can clip it in purses, clip it in backpacks, clip it on the wall. Literally clip it to whatever has something you can latch onto. But with this one, it also has a belt loop, right? So you can do both. It's a very, very versatile way to carry. All you do is lift this up and attach it. Let's say I didn't have this belt, you would just lift it up like that and just slide it over whatever, even with there's no belt, right? Imagine no belt there. You just clamp it down and it'll now hang on and stay true to your shorts. It won't bounce anywhere, it won't move side to side, and it conceals, pretty decently, right? But because we do have a belt, you can do two things, right? You can just slide it through as you're doing your pants, or do what I just did. Simply release it, pull the clip over, and you're good to go. And it makes for a really, really nice carry setup. So when I do carry my Mako R7, or if I am going to carry it in the future, this is the setup I'm going to be carrying with. Only difference, it'll be with my holster, right? But for right now, I really am liking the FNS 9C. I think it's my second favorite subcompact, right behind my Glock 26. FNs are really battle tested. They sort of just fly under the radar. They don't have a whole lot of hype behind them. They don't pay for a whole lot of marketing. They just make a really solid battle tested product. My FN 503, 100% reliable. Through 3.5 years of work carry, right? Doing new construction plumbing. So very dirty environment, 100% reliable. My FN Reflex, 3,000 rounds through it, not a single issue. It's been 100% reliable. And next up, the FNS 9C. Very smooth, shoots like a full size, has full size capacity and larger mags. Can't go wrong with it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.